It's Pro Wrestling Summit, motherfucker. You already know what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Knowledge is in the house. What's up, Knowledge?
What's going on, good villains? And how are you doing, Tatum?
Man, you know what? If I was any better, I'd need to be twins just to handle it. But luckily, they don't make another one of me. I'm a singular. I am not a plural. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like the ass boys. I don't, I don't have a... I don't have like almost like a twin.
They're trying to get away from that name, right? What are they calling themselves now?
The Ass Boys?
No, the
Guns.
Yeah, just the Guns, right? They want to get rid of the Gun Club moniker. Yeah.
Well, they're not a club. They're in the firm. So
well,
I mean,
right? But they did an interview recently where they were like, "Oh yeah, our dad, we were just coming up for a match and we didn't have a name. My dad was like, oh, well, what about Gun Club? And we didn't really want to do the club thing because, there was, all the clubs out there at the time in wrestling.
Oh, yeah, Bullet Club, fucking everybody's a club.
And they were like, we don't want to do that, but they did it for a while. They started off and now they want to get away from it. So they're just the Guns now.
I mean, I like them. I think that they have a pretty high ceiling in the business. I mean, they seem to understand the necessity of being able to not always be on top and learning how to eat a little bit of shit from the crowd and learning how to be effective heels off of that.
Yeah, as long as they can stay away from their dad at this point, I think they'll do fine. Nothing wrong with Billy Gunn. It's just, I feel like having him around them is just going to...
They need to be a standalone act.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just going to bring him down. Not bring him down, but they'll always be attached to him if he's around.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, we should probably fucking talk about the Bray Wyatt shit because, I guess it's like kind of important. Yeah. I don't know.
Whatever. I mean,
He's this. So he does his promo, and he's wearing like hints. He's wearing hints in his jacket.
Yeah.
This guy is on a fucking different level of creative ability.
The only thing that I didn't like, and I know they're trying to get Shatter over, but you can't just blast out what he's saying with the music. It's distracting, and I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to force you to listen to what he's saying. You have to now pay closer attention to what's going on. But, I don't know. I don't think his promo needs Shatter.
Not only that, but the way that he speaks, he moves around. He turns himself from the camera, so you're not always picking up everything that he says.
Right.
And you need to. You need to hear what he's going to say. Like, I was so furious at the return because I know that he said something, but it was so loud that you couldn't hear what he said.
Yep. Yep, and that's not even a fault of his or of bad production or anything like that. But the promo was bad production. You can't just have the music blaring like that when he's trying to give his promo.
But I mean, let's fucking face facts though. The guy is fucking special, man. I mean, he's clearly playing on a different plane than everybody else.
The problem for me, right, so for everybody that's listening, I'm always going to be a mark for Bray Wyatt. I was a mark for Bray Wyatt from the beginning. I was really upset when they cut him, and I've been waiting for him to come back. So, like, this is something where I'll never have that much bad to say about the guy. So if that's what you're looking for somebody to bash Bray Wyatt, it's not going to be me.
No, hell no.
I think the guy is a genius. I think he's not a certified, but like for what he's doing, it's genius level stuff. It's enthralling. It wraps the viewers in, and it goes beyond wrestling, which is extremely important, especially for casual viewers. Now they have something to follow, which brings them back to the product. I think I think he's an innovator, and there's not going to be another person like him.
I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I don't disagree with anything. Not a fucking word of what you just said I disagree with. Yeah. I also think that there is something to be said for his ability to do that. Mm-hmm. Because not everybody has that ability, man. MJF is a great promo. But how many people are tuning in because of MJF.
You will have people tune in every SmackDown just to see a snippet of Bray Wyatt, and that's powerful.
Not even a snippet. They just want the clue.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about seeing him.
Right. They don't care about. They don't. There hasn't been one match yet. There's not a match announced. There's not even any sort of timeline for when he's going to have.
You don't even know who Uncle Howdy is.
Right.
You have no fucking idea.
Right. And look at all of these wrestling podcasts out there and these wrestling channels that are like, oh well, they clearly tagged Uncle Howdy. They copyrighted Uncle Howdy, and so that must be the mask that Bray Wyatt's wearing now. I was like, no, they got you again, because it's not. It's that mask.
Completely separate person.
Completely separate person or character. Maybe that's a mask. We don't know yet who it is or what it is. But it's clearly the guy in the cowboy hat with the Hogan stash there that, says howdy. Like, who else could that be but Uncle Howdy?
Now, my question is, the line. Now, there was an eye wink, too, that I don't know what that was in reference to. There was a very visible eye wink. And then there was the line. I follow wherever the circle takes me. The circle, you say?
So,
interesting.
So you have Twitter, right? Or no, you don't have Twitter. I follow Bray Wyatt on Twitter, and he has had this red circle on his Twitter handle since he got released.
Oh, my God, dude. This guy is beyond forward thinking.
And the thing is, so he doesn't even have to be forward thinking. He could just put something weird on there, something weird out there in the ether.
Yeah.
And then eventually he's smart enough where he can pull back to that and connect it. And that's the real genius here. I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff out there, and as I go along, I'll find a way to connect it. He's not thinking 30 steps ahead, because there's no way that he thought that WWE was going to bring him back. But he knew that eventually he would come back, and he can go full circle. He's had this on his Twitter handle the entire time. He'll be able to reference it he's not going to come out and reference his Twitter handle, but he'll be able to reference things from his Twitter handle that he's been tweeting out for a year now, that people will go back to and be like, oh, I remember that, and oh, how brilliant. That he was able to think about it. Oh, he's been doing this for a year now. He's been thinking about this stuff.
I have a conspiracy theory, and this might sound crazy. Mm-hmm. But what if these people are the people who he's going to feud with? Open up.
The Uncle Howdy and all that. I think that would make the most sense. I don't know if... See, I don't know if they're going to be people in each character, or if these are all different characters that he plays, or if these are people that are going to be in a stable. But it definitely seems like these are people that these are his own inner demons that he's wrestling with. And what better way to deal with that than to actually wrestle with your demons? You don't have to worry about damaging anybody, because that's what the big complaint is. Oh, well, nobody turned out better by wrestling Bray Wyatt.
Which is the most ridiculous. It's the dumbest fucking thing that I've ever heard in my entire life.
But these characters can come in, be a one-off series with him. He goes over, wrestled that demon. It can be... you move on to another one, and you never have to see that other one come back. Like, let's say this Uncle Howdy character is somebody that he's going to wrestle. Mm-hmm. It could be somebody that's under a mask, whatever. He doesn't have to be an actual person. He wrestles that demon, defeats it. Uncle Howdy goes away, never to be seen again.
Well, it would make sense that Uncle Howdy would be like the final boss then. In like a scenario. And I mean, he's according to reports, Bray Wyatt is listed as the #1 face on SmackDown with Drew McIntyre behind him. which doesn't make me think that he is gonna have a stable with him, because a stable smells heel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
A stable doesn't smell face.
It makes more sense with his promo that he came out with the first week, where he was very much appreciative of the fans, and he's interrupted by this mask that he came out with at Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry. I saw a story about Elimination Chamber. That's what's in my mind. Extreme Rules. Yep. Sorry.
I was like, Elimination Chamber. Did I miss a fucking pay-per-view?
No, I was thinking of Elimination Chamber because I believe Elimination Chamber is going to be in Montreal. I think this is going to be like the first pay-per-view in Montreal in like 13 years or something like that.
Oh, God. They're going to fucking reenact a screw job.
Well, who knows, That'd be a cool thing to do, like in a little vignette, like a Bray Wyatt vignette, Maybe he could make that work.
The puppet Vince comes down.
You know what I'm saying? Do something like
Howdy, pal! Imagine if he's Uncle Howdy. He grew a mustache out, and cool. He's fucking Uncle Howdy. Dude. What a fucking move that would be!
But
I mean, he's a natural heel character, that guy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Oh, yeah.
He's a fucking complete and utter fucking crazy person.
Vince is one of the best heels out there.
Oh my God! Without him, there would be no Stone Cold for sure.
Right. But with Bray, like, it makes sense that he would be a face because everything around him is going to be the heels that he's competing against. Mm-hmm. And I tried to be critical of Bray because when he came out with Shatter, I was not impressed with that song. Mm-hmm. But that song can be both heel and face very easily. Mm-hmm. And it's very smart, especially for a tweener character like him, to have a song like that. And it's not one of these peppy things that's going to get you going. He is forcing the emotion out of you, not the music, not the entrance. It's smart.
Yeah, I fucking hate the song. I think that the fucking synths at the beginning of it, like a murderer movie, is just too much. It's too over the top. And I also think the intro to the song is far too long.
Too long. That's where I was at first too.
I just can't get past that. Like, listen, that guy, the thing that makes him good is his ability to be able to not let you know. With that much of a build-up, he's coming. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not like, you just see this dude.
I don't think that it's going to be like that for... Like if he were to do an appearance or something like that, like a shock appearance, I think it would just be lights go out, he's there,
and then the music.
But if he's a face, he's not going to be doing that much.
Yeah, I think that he should use the old Fiend music. That shit was fucked up. It was weird and it was violent and creepy, and it checked all the boxes for what he is.
But he was a heel, and that's very heelish music. Now you go back to what his music was as Bray Wyatt, that worked as a face as well, the Fireflies and all that, but I think that it grew on me. Shatter grew on me the more I listened to it, and I did listen to it. And they haven't released that song yet either. That song is not released by Code Orange.
Code Orange, yeah.
And they keep putting cryptic stuff up about, it'll be ready when it's ready or something like that. It'll be there when it's needed or something like that. So they buy into this stuff, which is really cool. Everyone around him that he surrounds himself with just buys into it.
Hook, line, and sinker, and they all want to participate.
And even the crowd wants to participate in it. The fans want to participate in it. Whether it's on the show, off the show, they want to find out as much as they can about it. It's just a great character, especially for this. I feel like this is the right time for this character.
Agreed. Again, you've said nothing that I fucking disagree with. But
the only thing we disagreed on is the song.
yeah, I'm not. I just fucking don't. I am not a fucking fan. I'm just not a fan. I don't mind lead up, but there needs to be like a payoff to the lead up.
You and I both know they can shorten that lead up when the time comes. But right 100%. Now they want that build up. So
I wouldn't even be upset with like a original Mankind thing where they play a different music like after the match is over.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
You know? Because that original thing with Mankind when they played the fucking really, like, pretty fucking music and then, like, it was all, like, fucking dark and foreboding and shit. Like,
if he is going to be coming out with these different characters, if he's playing these characters that he's coming out with, they need to all have different, like, music, you know?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It can't all be the same music.
Right.
But Jesus, dude, I mean... That's a lot of fucking work, bro. Yeah. Like, and I know that he's getting paid top dollar, but, like, there's no way that he's going to fucking wrestle as 6 different people.
Oh, no, I think he could do it if, like, you know...
One character at a time, he just, like, goes through the emotions of that character.
Exactly. It's the character that is needed at that time.
Yeah, see, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. But I don't think that that's the case.
I'm not saying it's going to be like a Mick Foley at Royal Rumble where he comes out with Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind and Mick Foley all in one match. I don't think he would do something like that. But
I could also see the flip side where it is not that, and he comes with an entire stable, and they're just over like gangbusters, second one. Like,
they can list them as a heel now, and they can easily change that if they need to. You know, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude, I'm excited for Bo. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people they never dug him. I like that Bo Leave shit.
He's a great character guy.
It proved a lot to me because he understands the character aspect of the business.
And he is pretty solid in ring.
He's very solid in the ring.
I mean, I wouldn't put him up a top echelon of wrestlers, but I think he's solid enough to get by.
He is a good hand.
Yes.
Just like his dad. Yeah. His dad, IRS or Mike Rotunda, that's what I grew up knowing him as, was Mike Rotunda. Mm-hmm. And he was tremendous. He's a tremendous amateur wrestler and a tremendous professional wrestler. Mm-hmm. And an excellent hand in the ring. Mm-hmm. Excellent. The little things.
Yeah.
He does the little things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's not going to be somebody who's putting up these big spots, wowing you with their moves, but he'll tell a great story in the ring.
Solid, believable matches.
Right.
And can play a character.
He will sell well. He'll be able to wrap you into being believably over.
You know who else was like that? His tag team partner, Ted DiBiase.
I thought his tag team partner was Curtis Axel.
IRS.
I was going with
IRS and Ted DiBiase.
I was going with these new kids, the new guys.
Negative.
I was thinking of Bo and Curtis Axel,
which is Mr. Perfect's kid.
Yeah.
Who's another great hand.
Well, he never got. He's one that couldn't get away from his father, and that hurt him. That hurt him. They wanted a new Mr. Perfect. But that's also a different situation than like a Billy Gunn. Mr. Perfect was ahead of his time, and
the bumps that he would take were like fucking that buckle bump where he would fucking flip upside down into the buckle. You know that I've only seen one other person do that.
Ric Flair.
Nope. No. I'm not talking about. I'm
not the flip.
I'm not talking about the flip. He would do like a front flip, like as he was being thrown into the buckle.
Yeah.
And he'd take the top and middle buckle like on his back and like crumble to the mat.
Who did you see do that?
Ray Stevens, the crippler Ray Stevens. He was tag team partners with Pat Patterson in San Francisco back in the day. And he used to take this fucking bump, man. He would take a hard whip into one buckle, sell his back out, and then the guy would grab him and like fucking like grit his teeth and like really just fucking launch him into the buckle. And he would literally start to flip from like he would probably be almost center ring. And he'd start to flip into the buckle. So he'd go into the buckle at 100 miles an hour while doing a front flip.
Yeah,
it was so impressive. And that's in the 70s.
Yeah, I was going to say, those turnbuckles were not were not light work either.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
There wasn't spring rings back then, bro.
Right.
It was fucking a boxing ring, essentially.
Right.
With different ropes on it, motherfucker.
Yeah, that hurt a lot.
Oh, my God. But it goes to show you, man, like, that, you know, I mean, Bray and Bo come from really good stock. I mean, think about all the people who they have around them. Barry is their uncle.
The most important thing for Bray is that he can do all of this and he doesn't have to get in the ring.
He doesn't have to do anything.
There's longevity in this.
Because he's not killing his body.
Right.
This is a character-driven business. He has found a way to have a much longer shelf life by not taking crazy bumps for people. I think that he genuinely loves the wrestling business. I'm not sure that he loves the wrestling aspect of it.
I agree with you.
But it's the performance for him that gets his rocks off. And there's guys who are the exact opposite of that, who dig the wrestling so much that it's like, fuck, I don't care about anything else. I just want to wrestle.
So you think of like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, he came back, he gets hurt.
Terrible.
He's out. Like,
Terrible.
Completely kills his steam.
Yep.
Maybe he comes back at Royal Rumble and he gets that magic back. If Bray Wyatt has a match and he gets hurt, he can still come on and do these vignettes and do these promos, wrap you in, and do it for months while he's healing.
And never tell you that he's hurt.
Never tell you that he's hurt. And he just comes back at another match 3, 4, 5 months from now.
And that is the difference, the vast difference between those two people in the wrestling business.
Well,
not saying that Cody's not capable of that.
But it sets Bray off from everyone else in the business.
Oh my God, bro. Imagine if Cody is Uncle Howdy.
Well, that would... I
Throws out the mustache.
I don't think...
Oh my God, bro! I just got the equivalent of wrestling chubby.
I don't think that they would do that.
Howdy!
I don't think that...
Bro, I would fucking die! I would die!
They had Cody, like, as a marquee thing. I don't think they
If
would
it's not Cody or Vince McMahon, I'm not interested. Like,
I mean, it looks like a Hogan stash. What if they're bringing back Hogan?
Don't fuck with me, bro. Seriously, don't. I love heel Hogan. There is nothing like heel Hogan, man. Nothing like it. That guy got that night when he dropped that leg drop, dude, and fucking the place came unglued. They were legitimately hostile.
That's another one that's like once in a lifetime type of thing. You've had faces turn heel before, and they've gotten
a million times.
But Hogan was like the face. Nobody could touch the guy. There was no way he would ever turn bad.
Never.
And then he did, and
oh
people
my God, what a fucking move,
man.
Eric Bischoff, the genius Eric Bischoff, and you know, you got to give props to Kevin Nash and fucking Scott Hall as well,
right?
And
well, even Hogan says that he was like apprehensive about it. He didn't.
He didn't want to do it,
right? And thank God they pushed him into it, because that extended his career way longer than it ever should have.
Dude, I mean, I remember when they would come out on TV, dude. Those guys wouldn't wrestle. Mm-hmm. They'd have all the underneath guys wrestle.
Yep.
They'd just show up on TV and get drunk backstage and then come out on TV and cut fucking hysterical promos. Yep. Shitting on people, like, fuck everybody. You got 60 guys in the ring. Right. Then no one cares. It's like a party.
What do I got to do? I got to come out for a match and tap somebody in the head with a steel chair and walk away?
Bro,
you know?
Those guys were getting paid like $300-400 grand, dude. They never wrestled once.
Now, that definitely helped to kill WCW.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's not the best thing in the world, but it was good business for them, you know.
Well, that's what I mean. I wasn't saying it was terrible business for WCW. It was awful. Yeah. But think about that. Just think about this for a second, dude. WWE bought that entire company for $1 million. Mm-hmm. Think about just what that tape library is worth.
Oh, yeah. No, they've definitely made their fortune back.
With the NWA Georgia stuff, Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Just to go with the T-shirts and stuff that they've sold.
Oh, my God. The world-class T-shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, they just, know how to rake in money. They're just marketing geniuses. Smart fucking business people. Unlike fucking Tony Khan, who's
do we have to talk about Tony Khan?
I mean, I know that I just talked about him yesterday on the fucking Welcome to the Zoo podcast, but I mean, it is really fucking. It's really fucking. It's almost disgusting.
Did they officially buy out CM Punk yet, or is that did that die off? Or?
Oh no, dude, CM Punk's not going anywhere. Don't fucking get it twisted, dude. He's not going anywhere.
There was talk that they were going to buy out the rest of his contract and everything.
I'll believe that when I see it, dude.
Yeah. What I find funny is that people are like, oh, he'll definitely come back to WWE, and it's like,
what?
I don't give a shit. This is the point. I don't care anymore, and that's the problem.
Dude, he sucks. He sucks in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never rated CM Punk highly in the ring.
And I did. That was my mistake. I still feel that 2012 CM Punk was better, in the ring than what you're seeing now, clearly. But
well, yeah, I would fucking hope so.
But I was excited to see him come back in AEW, and then all this went down. It's like I don't need to ever see you again, and I'll be okay with it. I'm okay. I don't want. If you come back to WWE, I will not watch because of you. I will watch in spite of you, and that's a problem. What are you gonna hold Are you gonna hold 10 shows a year in Chicago? Because that's the only way you're gonna make your money.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, dude, is that he still is valuable
in Chicago.
Nah. He's fucking still a valuable commodity, man, because he's a big name. In today's wrestling landscape, he is a giant name still. No matter what way you slice it. Does he do good business? No. Yeah, he does not fucking do good business.
More trouble than he's worth.
100%. If I was to take over one of those companies, would I have CM Punk on either one of those rosters? No. I would not. But that is my personal preference because I would want a comfortable locker room.
Go to Impact.
No, because he's going to go there and he's really going to get beat up by an indie guy who does not give a fuck.
Fine. I don't care about it.
I mean,
fine.
I mean, I would kind of be interested to see that. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But I will say, man, about Dynamite, and I text you during Dynamite, and I said, another fucking outstanding show on paper that has been just absolutely destroyed by horrible booking. And I like the matches that they had on the show. I honestly do. FTR against fucking Swerve and Keith Lee. Great fucking match.
I watched it afterwards because I don't usually watch these things live. And when you were texting me that FTR and Swerve and Keith Lee were, in this match that it was happening that night. The match was incredible. I just texted you simply, did FTR pull it out? And you said it's still going on. It's incredible. False finishes. Swerve KL won by interference with the Gun Club. And I said, fuck, man. FTR deserves a shot. How do you not at this point? What good does Swerve and Keith Lee? What good does it do? Swerve in our glory, however they want to call themselves. What good does that do to give them another title shot?
You have two face teams, and Swerve is having an identity crisis of whether he wants to be a face or a heel. And he hit a low blow, which Keith Lee supposedly didn't see, and then Keith Lee hit the finish on Dax, I don't know, whichever one. And the Gun Club were sitting ringside on the other side of the barricade, as a fan. Mm-hmm. You're part of the show.
It doesn't make sense that you'd be sitting there.
Correct.
It makes sense to do that when you ban somebody from
exactly.
You're suspended here, and I'm going to buy tickets to the show.
And then they grab them and the referee doesn't see it, they're holding this guy for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Outside the ring.
Yeah,
as fans.
It looked awful. It just looked awful.
Like, and how do you do FTR like that?
But how do you keep not giving them a shot at the championships when they're going out in indie shows and they're saying, "Look, we have every other title. You need to book us for the AEW Tag Team Championship." And why do we have to have the same match for the AEW Tag Team Championships over and over and over again?
Well, now it's the rubber match between them because they're each 1-1. But
who gives
nobody
a shit?
wants to see that match again. We've already seen it. It's going to be the same spots. Max Caster will do a funny rap about Fat Keith Lee and how Swerve is a bad rapper or whatever the fuck he's gonna say, and then they're gonna do the mic drop elbow, a lot of fucking false finishes, and then they're going to go over again because they just won the belt. Unless Tony Khan is completely outrageous and decides to put the titles back on fucking Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. At that point, I'll just give up all hope.
If they do that, then who's the number one contender for the AEW Tag Team Champions?
Fucking
the Acclaimed. They have to have another match. They have to have another match.
So now it's going to be a best of 5, and then we got a best of 7, and it's just terrible.
Now, instead, since the Acclaimed are such a goofy face team, who don't take anything really seriously, wouldn't it be good to have a very technical, very serious tag team going up against them when you know that very technical, very serious tag team can and will buy into that goofy shit when needed? They will do the goofy shit when needed and make themselves embarrassed by that goofy shit because they can tell a good goddamn story. And you could do 3 matches of the Acclaimed and FTR, and people would love every single match. You've already seen everything from Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory. You've seen it all. There's nothing else to see.
Why not just add FTR to the match?
Sure. Triple threat match.
Make it a 3-way for the belt.
Now you don't have to have the Acclaimed lose.
You don't have to do anything.
Right.
You don't even have to have FTR win at that point.
I mean,
you really should, though.
You need to.
It's really bad that they're fucking losing matches. They're tag team champions in 3 different companies, and
one of those companies is one of your companies.
See, that's the fuck I mean, bro. If it's obvious to me that the Gun Club shouldn't be as fans, this guy runs a multi-million-dollar fucking wrestling company. I am a fucking dunce. Yeah. This should not make sense to me and not make sense to somebody who is a millionaire.
Right.
That is fucking bizarre. It's backwards world.
Right. That's just what the fuck. Then you get into the stuff with the women's matches. You get into the stuff with Mox. It's all just everything looked good on paper, and you book yourself into a corner with every single match. And do you have Vince Russo booking for you? What's going on here that it's this bad?
I really hate burying the guy because he is learning. You got to remember, this guy has never run a wrestling company, but it's showing. It's starting to show now because he's lost control. I mean, clearly, the ship is out of the water.
Their numbers drop all the time. They have to put up numbers 3 point whatever million people watched our show, and that's just the people that tuned in and then tuned out.
Yeah, what are your quarter-hour views? What are your,
Meltzer came out and said, oh, yeah, no, that's a real number. It's people that tune in and tune out. If Raw and SmackDown posted numbers like that, it would be 8 times that.
Oh, yeah.
Of people that just, tune in.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So that could be people flipping through channels that is on it for like 30 seconds, and they're including those in their numbers. You know, it's just crazy.
And dude, listen, I hate shitting on the guy because I honestly think he's got a lot of balls.
My thing is, I understand that you're gonna say like he's learning and all that stuff. This isn't. You're trying to compete against the best in the world. You need to bring in wrestling minds and have them book. You need to separate yourself from the booking.
You need to bring in wrestlers who do not have a predilection or a history with other wrestlers.
Yeah.
You need to bring in people completely separate from the outside and be like, okay, you're a wrestling writer. Dude, like, why does he not have somebody who's just like, here, boss, here's fucking, you asked me to fucking what I would do with these guys. Here you go, boss. These are my idea for these 6 guys.
Take what you like, to throw away what you don't like.
Right. We'll save the rest for a rainy day. I have them all saved, no problem.
There's clearly no long-term booking.
Dude, I don't think that he knows what he's doing from like match to match.
Right.
Like, I feel like he's talking to these people, like, right before they go out, and he's like, all right, yeah, I like your finish. Hey, go get him.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys
what's that? Like, you're going to get all your shit in again?
Yeah, like, I mean, but see,
people like all your shit. It's good.
Yeah, but see, then, when the action is going on in the ring, I'm going, God damn, this is fucking excellent.
Because they do have world-class wrestlers who can put on a great show.
Wrestling.
And then it ends, and it's like, okay, where does this go from here?
The finishes are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The finishes are so bad. And your booking decisions of who's going over and what storylines or lack of storylines do you have going on?
Hey, what's Saraya doing?
Arguing with Britt Baker?
Still. Okay. All right. We haven't moved past that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's these short-term, you got a big pop. Nobody gives a shit about Saraya anymore. It's done already.
Yeah.
Done.
Who cares?
They moved on to the next big pop. That was it.
Which is what?
Hey, let's throw out MJF there 5 times a show. You'll get people to pop for him.
Well, now we got to talk about the MJF thing too, for sure, because he turned on the firm, which is strange. I get why they did it, because he is doing this whole thing where he wants Moxley Fresh to prove to William Regal that he doesn't need to be the devil to win. But I have since thought about this a little bit further, and what I think is it might be a work to get people to think that the devil doesn't exist. And he has lured Moxley into this false sense of fucking security, like it's going to be straight up, and then he takes it away. Because that's what a heel does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he's smart, what happened? He got kicked by Morrissey, and then he got powerbombed by Ethan Page in that Ego's Edge, which he took like a fucking $1 million. He bounced off of the fucking ring. Bounced off of the mat, dude. It was awesome. What a great visual. And like when he came up in the air, he was like fucking limp. It was like a sack of shit. And then Morrissey powerbombed him through a table at ringside. Mm-hmm. So now all the fans are cheering the fuck out of him. Mm-hmm. And they're going to continue to do so all match against Moxley. And what does the devil do? He takes it right the fuck away from them. And I went, this fucking smart motherfucker. Now, if he doesn't do that, it's the dumbest fucking thing that you could have possibly done.
So the problem that you're having here is you have these moments where you forget that Tony Khan's in charge.
Correct. Yeah, I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge, or like somebody much more astute than me is in charge, because I don't think that I think that I could book a better show than Tony Khan.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that I could look at your roster and go, wow, I don't need any of these fucking people.
Right.
I can do this with 75 cats.
Right.
That's all I need. I need 75 cats between your 6 shows, your 6 hours of programming. I need 75 reliable cats. That's all I would need.
And you could also book, 6 months to a year out, have reliable storylines that you can
and have replacements in case somebody gets injured. That's
or in case somebody goes nuts in the scrum. So.
Number one, as soon as somebody would have went in a business for themselves like that, I would have stood up and I would have went, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, hey,
you're fucking fired.
Yeah. Oh,
see you later.
Oh, hey, guys, this is done. You come with me.
Oh no, I would have fired him in front of everybody. Right in front of, I would have said, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" I would have stood right there, and I would have said, "Hey, let me tell you something. There's no fucking reason to go into business for yourself, you fucking retard. I'll fucking see you later. Bye-bye now. You're fucking gone.
Yeah.
Peace out. You just pissed away. You're in breach of contract because you're an idiot.
Right.
A total fucking momo you are. And you went into fucking business for yourself because of what? You want to talk about Colt Cabana and, who the fuck cares?
Right.
Nobody cares. You want to be like fucking controversial and fucking, if anybody wants to fight me, I'll bet they can find me in the lot. Well, somebody apparently did.
No, they didn't. He just started to throw punches.
Well,
they apparently they came and approached him all calm, and then he started throwing punches, and then the other guy's throwing his dog at him or something.
Well, now it's a different report. So now the report is they kicked open the door and they hit CM Punk's dog, and he fucking lost his mind. And Larry needed his teeth fixed in the front because they hit him with the door, I guess. So CM Punk got mad and started to fucking violently attack people. I don't really think that. See, here's
get a better dog.
Here's the thing: the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega do not seem like dudes that are gonna go kick in a locker room door.
I don't know. They're capable of kicking in a locker room door.
They're not like they. I don't know, man. I don't know them personally.
Did they do the super kick at the same time to the door to kick it open?
Super kick party. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Oh,
man. I just don't get it. And yo, you called that on. Like, you asked for somebody to come do that to you. You're lucky it was them and wasn't somebody like fucking Wardlow or like Samoa Joe.
No, if Wardlow kicked in the door, I would believe it.
Oh, yeah, bro. No, I could see. Yeah, but the kicking in the door would implode on his fucking foot.
Splinter
right
dude, around
it. It would be fucking bad. It would be all bad.
Yeah.
And, would CM Punk punch Wardlow?
No, absolutely not. You kidding me?
Negative.
He knows what happens when he punches people that can actually fight. It doesn't end up good for him.
Do you honestly think that the people who beat CM Punk can honestly fucking really fight?
More than the Young Bucks, yeah. Sure.
Okay, well, I mean, I think you could probably fight better than the Young Bucks.
Oh, that's saying a lot.
Yeah, that's
saying a lot.
All right, maybe that's a little bit. Of
no, I'll take it. I can fight better than the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, they're in good shape and shit, but I don't know. If you were to, okay, so this is kind of funny. So I looked at it from a different lens, right? And I looked at both of the rosters, and I went, huh, wow. And I kind of played fantasy matchmaker in my head, and I said, if the rosters were to fight each other, who would come out on top? And I'm like, well, the WWE would run roughshod over those fucking people. I mean, I'll take Lashley, fucking Brock Lesnar,
and that's it. Just literally those two.
Nah, because I'd like to add a little fucking spiciness to the mix. So I'll take Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I'll take Damon Kemp. I'll take fucking Gable Steveson. Who else? I mean,
although is Gable Steveson, is he with WWE anymore? WWE.
Yeah, he had a heart procedure.
Yeah, Triple H said that he has no plans for Stevenson though. I know he said one thing. It's going to be.
Well, he's been training at the Performance Center, so I think what is going to happen is he's going to debut on NXT, and it's going to be Damon Kemp and his brother Steveson against the other two idiots there, the Brute brothers, or the what are those guys? You know who I'm talking about. The Diamond Mine fucking weirdos.
I could see that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and they're going to do like an amateur fucking match, and like Gable Steveson is just going to suplex people on their heads, and like... So looking at a roster from that standpoint, like, and then not only to mention like Roman Reigns, Matt Riddle,
I think the only
Luke Gallows, like I don't want to fuck with any of those guys.
I think the only thing that might be more in AEW's favor might be the women's division. If you remove like Rousey and shoot, what's the other one? The other fighters name? Baszler. If you remove them, I think AEW's women's division would have a fighting chance against WWE's women's division.
Oh yeah, I think Jade Cargill would fucking beat the brakes off of pretty much any female wrestler. Yeah. I mean, I don't see too many female wrestlers even being able to like damage her in any fucking sense of the word. I also don't think they would get close because she would just kick them from like 6 feet away and just blast them in the head.
I will tell you, I popped way harder for Nikki Cross than I ever thought I would.
Really?
Yeah, I was real excited to see her come back without the mask in a heel role. I thought I was very excited to see that because I liked Nikki Cross a lot. I liked her in NXT.
Yeah.
Thought that she was completely underutilized for what she could have done. And to see her come back in this heel role, I'm real excited. It's going to spice up the women's division a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is already pretty decent in WWE.
Yeah.
Much better than what they use in AEW.
Yeah.
But
Charlotte coming back too soon, so that's going to be a big thing. And Becky.
This will be good for Raw. Charlotte will be good for SmackDown. You know, that'll be.
Where does Becky go? Because I would imagine that they want to do Ronda Becky at Mania.
Well, they're going to want to do Ronda Becky Charlotte again.
Ooh, that could be fucking spicy.
Because they've done it before. And it's a big seller,
Yeah. I just don't know if...
I don't see Charlotte going anywhere but SmackDown.
Yeah.
I almost can't see...
I hope she comes back with Andrade.
I almost can't see Becky going anywhere but SmackDown either.
That's a lot of talent on SmackDown, boy.
They could move her over to... she does have a whole thing going on Raw. Before she got injured.
Yeah.
When she...
with Bianca, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. The only thing that I didn't like about the Nikki Cross return was she looked too pretty.
I will agree with that. Yeah, she definitely, when she was...
Her hair was all curled up nice. The lipstick,
when she was all... when she was Nikki Cross in NXT...
Yeah, I like the no makeup and just haggard kind of looking,
I did appreciate that, too, because it's a lot more realistic. She's there to hurt people.
Yeah.
And she's kind of psycho. So I like that a lot. But I'm just happy to see her more in her element. I mean, the way that she was able to kind of brutalize the women, Belair and Bailey. Thank you. Couldn't think of her name. I just wanted to say Damage Control, but it was good to see her back in that element rather than the goofy. I know that she wanted the Nikki Ash thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that was more for Vince because she knew that Vince would get behind something like that.
And she saved her career with that, which good for you. But
saved her job for sure.
Yeah, and this is something I think will be more in her element. So,
I did appreciate her diving onto everybody off the top rope with a studded leather jacket on. That was fucking pretty savage.
Yep.
Like when she jumped, I went, "Oh no. Oh my God, don't do that. That is not safe at all." I'm surprised that nobody complained or like had a problem with that, but yeah, whatever. Hey, when I guess it was the right time to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But she's very talented, and they have a very, very talented women's division. I mean, they have a lot of women who can really wrestle. And I'm really kind of upset that Nia Jax is no longer around because I really liked Nia Jax. I thought Nia Jax was fucking brought a completely different element to the division.
I didn't like the idea that people kept saying she was hurting people, which she hurt people.
Sure.
But she's also bigger than everybody else, and she never,
She gave no quarter in the ring. Like,
right.
She'd lay it in on you. I mean, I just asked Charlotte.
Yeah. And Charlotte asked Becky, freaking.
Oh, well, I mean, that
busted
talk
her
about
face.
making somebody fucking made Becky's career.
Yeah. So, I mean, I thought it literally just a physical presence. It added something different to the women's division.
She is a different. I just can't get over my hole like that.
Yeah.
Like it's never gonna leave my head.
And if we're gonna talk about female superstars,
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta talk about
The Rock's
daughter,
yeah,
right?
I guess.
We have to. It's like the big thing.
I'm really conflicted. And here's why I'm conflicted. I like that she is stepping out of her dad's shadow completely. Mm-hmm. I like that it's more of an acting role because I think that's ultimately where this is all going to lead for her. I love the fact that Joe Gacy is like, oh yeah, I'll take her. Mm-hmm. She would fit perfect. Oh, it just so happens to be The Rock's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
He's no dummy.
Yeah.
That's not a dumb move on his part.
Can I talk about why it's a dumb move on her part?
Oh, I'm very curious.
So, everybody made the comparison that The Rock became The Rock when he joined
Nation of Domination.
Mm-hmm. Problem with that is he was able to become the leader of the Nation of Domination. Take that away from Ron Simmons. Allow himself to step out as a heel, make himself a name.
Right.
His daughter won't be able to do that in a stable that's not an all-female stable.
Yeah.
She will always be the woman in Gase's stable.
You know what fucked me up is the red eye.
It's totally unnecessary to do that stuff, the gimmicky stuff. You don't need to do this creepy...
No. I think that you're missing. What I'm saying. The red eye. What else has red eyes that has been...
Oh, yeah, the why it's... I don't know what to call the mask.
Same exact red eye.
Yeah.
Coincidence? If it is, that is terrible on somebody's part. Mm-hmm. Somebody should be fired for that. Mm-hmm. Because you are making it seem to, the viewing audience that this might all be connected. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't necessarily have an issue with that, if that's the case, because what a move on Bray's part. Mm-hmm. And even if they're just on NXT, and that's the NXT stable, and then he's got one on Raw, and then he's got, one on SmackDown that he's involved with. It's got to be across multiple shows, man. You can't, it's too good.
Yeah, I think it's more of an oversight, though, and it's really something that shouldn't be an oversight.
You can't oversight something like that because it's going to fuck up this dude's shit.
Literally cannot do anything that's going to cross over into Wyatt.
Unless it is directly related to what is going on with him.
Right.
But with how much attention to detail has been shown recently, I I don't know if that's an oversight.
I can't see her being involved with...
What's the hottest thing in wrestling? Bray Wyatt. Who is the fucking biggest star in wrestling? The Rock. Patricide. See? Now things start to fucking connect.
Yeah, I just think it's too...
It's a reach!
Yeah, it's a reach
reach!
It's a reach right now.
But goddamn if I was right and I just fucking solved this thing here on this fucking podcast.
I mean, you can look back on it months from now and, recall it and bring it up, play clips. You can take a victory lap.
I will go on every fucking wrestling podcast.
I called it.
No,
I called
with
it.
the clip. I'll be playing the clip as my intro. I'll just play the clip.
Can we include this clip where we're telling people
exactly? Yeah, no, absolutely, no, 100%. And I don't go on without you. So we're a package deal. Fuck that. No way, dude. Pro Wrestling Summit is a thing. You can't have one of us without both of us. 60 G's each, baby. Not 30 apiece.
No,
60
G's each.
60
yeah.
G's each. We got, we got bills.
Baby.
Oh, poor Adam Cole, that fucking motherfucker, dude. He might never wrestle again.
Well, I mean,
sad sack of shit, dude.
It's
we part of the business.
We see stuff like this happen all the time. Then people come back. I just, you need to evaluate here. What's what are you going to achieve in AEW that you haven't already achieved elsewhere, and is it worth your health at this point? Talking about long-term health.
Yeah. I mean, if he's not able to wrestle, dude, I would think that somebody would give him a job as a manager. Or...
The guy has
oh, my God, dude. He fucking knows... He knows fucking how to do it, man. He gets that fucking microphone in his hand, and boy, he can fucking go.
He knows how to get physical in a way that'll be safe for him, I mean, he doesn't have to, mix it up with anybody.
And he knows how to beg off.
Yeah.
He knows how to be a chicken shit.
Yeah.
And for a guy who's injured, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's not like Christian Cage, who's walking around with a fucking arm brace talking shit to people.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'll just grab your fucking arm right now.
Right.
I'll just grab your shit,
right.
And you will go down. I don't give a fuck how tough you are. Your rotator cuff is completely blown out. Great, I'm going to stick my thumb directly in your shoulder, and then we're going to see how long you're standing up. I don't give a fuck about Luchasaurus at that point because you will be screaming for your mammy, motherfucker. But that's one thing that I don't understand. You're injured and you're talking shit to another wrestler in a promo. How about I just fucking punch you directly in your injured fucking spot?
Yeah.
How about that? I'm a fucking pro wrestler. I'm just going to hit you in your shit.
Right.
I do like Eddie Kingston's promo, though. With Renee Paquette. He's got the most entertaining promos besides MJF because he is on a different planet.
He's beyond that don't give a fuck level, he just...
It's so good.
Yeah. And that's why people like him a lot because he's
that's why I love
just
him.
Raw.
That's why I love him. I fucking love him, dude. I love him. It's just so... People are like, oh man, I don't get it. He's not in good shape.
Yeah,
and
he's a sloppy piece of shit.
I'm like, that's the fucking point, dude. So that's why Dusty Rhodes got over.
Right.
If Dusty Rhodes went out there looking like Hulk Hogan and was like, I'm the son of a plumber, baby. I got, I dined with kings and queens and slept in out of his ate pork and beans, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't fucking. If that guy was Hulk Hogan size, you'd be like.
Yeah, I don't
you
believe
ate
that
pork and beans in an alleyway?
Son of a plumber, huh?
Yeah, exactly right. And you look like that, bro? What the fuck are you lifting? Rebar? Fucking A, dude. Yeah, it's fucking pretty, it's pretty fucking wild, dude. It's pretty wild, dude. The wrestling business is, it's an out there. It's an out there fucking type of thing. And there are a lot of moving parts, especially nowadays. You can't fucking get away from it even if you tried.
Yeah.
And that's why we bring it to you here every fucking Saturday on Pro Wrestling Summit. Make sure that you fucking reach out to us on the Instagram at good_villain_media. You can also hit us up on the comments of the video. Like, share, subscribe. Knowledge. Pleasure to fucking see you as usual.
Always a pleasure, Tatum. And peace out, good villains.
Hey, all you motherfuckers, go fuck yourself. Talk to you next week. Are we off? Or are we still on?
I don't know. Danny never clicks the fucking thing.
He never fucking shuts off
Click the fucking thing, Danny.
Click the button.
The fucking button, Danny.
Danny!